Hey, Carlo here. I'll just get right to it. The purpose of this video is to show you how to unlock a Nokia phone from one carrier to allow it to accept the SIM card of another carrier. So in this case, it'll be between Nokias. So on the right here is the Nokia 5230 locked to Mobilicity, and on the left is the Nokia C7 locked to Wind. Now in Canada, Wind and Mobilicity share the same spectrum bands, so 1700 and 2100 AWS. Okay, so that means they're compatible with each other. Problem is, these phones are all branded and they're all locked. So if you were to try to take the Mobilicity SIM card from here and stick it in there, this will say, no thank you, and vice versa. So you have to unlock this phone in order to accept the SIM card of this phone. Here's the SIM card. The Mobilicity SIM card, as you can see. Okay. Oh, look at that, I went to dial pad already. So in order to get the unlock, you have to find the code. So you pay, online, eBay or third party, or go to the carrier themselves. They'll provide you with a string of numbers, a long string of numbers, and then you'll have to enter it into the phone, and it'll say SIM restriction off, and then it'll work with the other SIM card. Now, these Nokias are not mine. I'm doing this for someone else. I can't even remember the last time I had a Nokia. It might have been over like 10, 15 years ago, back in the day when these things were still monochromatic Game Boy Color. And we were all sitting there playing Snake. So that was a long time. And I probably will not buy another Nokia as long as Symbian or Mimo or Migo or whatever are on their handsets. When Windows Phone 7 becomes available on these handsets, then I'll probably consider Nokia because I love Windows Phone 7. Here in the background you see, this is my Dell Streak running Android. And this thing is massive, as you can tell. It just dwarfs these two phones. This is a 5-incher phone here. Now, this isn't the biggest phone. Well, right now it is, but sooner or later Samsung is going to be coming out with a Samsung Note, and it's going to be 5.3 inches, and that's a massive phone. This one's big enough already, and I love it. I have this, my 5-incher. I have the HTC HD7, which is 4.3 inches in size, and I have a Google Nexus S, which is 4 inches in size. And even though the Nexus S has a really awesome screen, I find the 4-inch screen now is a little inadequate, especially when I'm holding up this 5-inch or the 4.3. So it's funny, life goes in a big circle, right? Back in the day, these phones were giant bricks. I still have the giant gray Motorola brick somewhere. They, shrank, almost to the point of Zoolander small, and then now the circle's coming back and they're getting bigger and bigger, as proven by that thing and the Samsung Note. Average size nowadays is between 4.3 4.5, which I find is the best size actually. This is when it's too big, but 4.3 4.5 is just right. Not to mention Windows Phone 7, so hurry up and get Windows Phone 7, WP7, I know you're coming out soon. Okay, let's get to the unlocking. So you got your unlock code. Here you go to the dial pad. Make sure that there's no SIM card. See, you can see it says offline. Make sure there's no SIM card in the phone you're unlocking. So here's the Mobilicity SIM card. So what you got to do is enter in a certain code first. So you want to hit pound PW. Now to get to the P, you have to hit the star key, not any of the alphanumeric keys. You want the star key. So for P, you hit it 3 times. Okay. For the W, you want it 4 times. And plus, so pound PW plus. So plus you hit twice. And then you enter in your unlock code. Which you got from wherever, eBay, whoever. Followed by the plus sign again. Followed by 1 and pound. SIM card restriction off. There you go. That was easy. So the phone will reboot. And once it finishes rebooting, I'm going to stick the Mobilicity card in here. Now sometimes, you notice at the end I put +1, okay? If the +1, or if the code isn't entered correctly, make sure you enter the full string correctly, and it still doesn't work. You could change the +1 to +5, and if that doesn't work, try using +7. Those are like regional codes. But if you enter the incorrect code more than 3 or 4 or 5 times, the phone will brick itself, it will lock. So you'll have to take it to a carrier or the company or the store to try to unbrick it. So still offline, right? Because I have no SIM card, obviously. Alright, I think that's waiting long enough. All right. All right. So pop open the back. And you see SIM and the card. It's spring loaded, which I like. So is the SD card in there, and it's spring loaded. All right. Oops. All right, so we'll just give it a couple minutes. The offline should go to Mobilicity. And once it does, once it shows up, or once little antennas or whatever comes up, I'll show you how to enter in the data. Okay, after a reboot and a couple minutes waiting, there you go, Mobilicity 3.5G and bars of service. This phone is now working for voice data messaging without any problems. Nowadays phones will automatically set everything up for you. So when you turn it on and insert a SIM card or whatever, all the settings are pushed to the phone or are pre-installed, so you wouldn't have to do anything. But I'm going to show you what you'd have to enter if you have to do it manually, so on the Nokia anyway. So hit the main button, go to settings. Okay, you want connectivity. Alright, settings again. Destinations. Alright, so you have three options here. Well, three fields. Access points, add a new one, and the access points that you've created in MOWAP services. We'll ignore that for now. We'll pretend that's not there. So you want to add a new access point, so you would touch that, and then a new field will come up, not this one, but I'm going to show you what you would enter. So connection name, you're going to call MOWAP, M-O-W-A-P. Data bearer is going to be packet data. Access point name is wap.davewireless.com. So wap.davewireless.com. Username, password, authentication, homepage, you could just leave alone at the default values. So touch options, advanced settings. Okay, network type, you want IPv4. The phone IP address is automatic, DNS address automatic. Proxy server address, you want 10.100.3.4, and proxy port number, you want 8080. So save that, back, and you'll have created MOWAP. So you'll go back to this screen and add another access point, this time for MMS. So right there. So for that, after you hit add, you want to call it MOMMS, again, packet data. For data bearer, the access point name this time will be mms.davewireless.com. So rather than WAP, you want MMS, davewireless.com. These fields are again the same: username, password, authentication, homepage. Just leave it at the default values. Options, advanced settings, the same as the WAP settings: IPv4, auto, 10.100.3.4, and 8080. Back. Okay, then now you'll have created MOWAP and MOMMS. Now here you notice Internet Priority 3, okay? Most phones will have firmware this already created in the firmware. You cannot delete it, okay? As you can see, Internet windmobile.ca. If I had a Wind CA or Wind Mobility mobile SIM card in here, my internet data has already been set up. But since I'm not, I'm on Mobilicity, you'll have to change this priority. This would, at the beginning, was priority 1. Now it's at 3. To do that, you would just touch and hold it, change priority, and touch where you want it to go. Okay, so now you see it switch places. MOWAP should be number 1, MOMMS should be number 2. So internet, the firmware one, touch and hold, let's bring it back to 3. And there you go, that's it. Back, exit, and exit. That's one of the downfalls of Symbian, is that you gotta hit back. The multitasking and apps running in the background really slows these things down. So I'm gonna send myself a multimedia message right now just to make sure that it's working. And one more time. Let's see. Silence. Sending multimedia message. There you go. So I sent it to my phone, so this thing should pop up soon. Now, one of the things I like about this phone is the permanent clock display. Nowadays, people don't wear wristwatches as much as they used to because they have clocks on their cell phones, so they just pull this out and look. I am wondering about burn-in image, the screen burn-in. I wonder if it occurs on this phone. This is a pretty good smartphone for budget users, moderately budget users. This is for super budget users. This thing here, the 5230 from Nokia, and I guess about the same size. It's not as sturdy as the C7, you know, plastic all around. But yeah, I mean, this even has a front-facing camera. So there you go. Not too bad. Definitely thinner. Oh. Alright, let's just check this out. And there you have it. Sent myself a jellyfish picture. Oh, anyway. So there you go, Nokia C7, Nokia 5230, and my Dell Streak. No problems, alright? See yous.